Run, run, run. Time to run around. Run, run, run. Time to run around.
Run, time to run around. Run and run around. Get ready to sit down.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. You guys know the drill. Take a look at the disclosure.
Run and run around.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's 6:30 Club. You know, I kid around with the musical chairs because, you know, whenever this meme game starts, you know, it is kind of like musical chairs, and you want to make sure that, you know, you keep moving around and you want to be the last one standing up and you don't want to be the one chasing at the end. But it's a serious business. You know, when these things start going, you catch a good one with huge volume, with big follow through, you can make a ton of money. Okay, it's not a laughing game. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, this isn't going to end well. You could also get your clock cleaned if you start shorting things too early. Anyway, let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world before we get into it. What up, guys? What up, Itch? What up, EK? What up, Bill? What up, Ontario? What up, guys? Yes, Space, you did mention AMC and GME yesterday, and I said, listen, you know, GME started its run at 12, and if AMC is going to go, it needs huge volume. So myself and those on the VTF, we got in around 355. I still have some overnight. I'm going to be selling some, and we'll see how it goes. You know, there could definitely be some more, but again, you don't want to be caught, you know, going in after multiple days. So anyway, let's take a quick look at the chart. Oh, I actually have it up for now. Yesterday, about 24 hours ago, my guys, yes, GME is going. Common sense says AMC could be next. Wait for huge volume, and that's what we had yesterday. Huge volume, huge igniting bar. Look at the size of that yesterday. Yes, I know it's AMC and I know that's GME, but as traders, we're in the moving business. We're in the volume business. There was a huge volume in AMC and the calls, and now all of a sudden, you know, look where AMC is today. AMC is up another 3, up 60%, $8. And, you know, if you shorted yesterday saying, oh, it's AMC, it's a bankruptcy, it's this and that, you're getting your clock cleaned. If you went for a day 2 follow through, you're getting paid. And I'm going to be trimming some. And hopefully some of you guys caught that because we did speak about that yesterday. Where could it go? Well, there's a gap to be filled here, probably into the $12 range. That would be one spot, you know, and then perhaps it maybe wants to fill that. But all in all, huge candle, right? If you look at GME actually gave you the first wake up here. This is when all of the, I guess, the friends of the purring kitty was buying options at $12. So this was the start of the move. Okay, a nice 2-day move that gave you a bull flag, and then yesterday hit a high of 38, and this morning, you know, GME is you know, up at 46. So for those of you who shorted here, thinking, oh my God, look at this little topping tail. This is, you know, it's no real business. There's no business plan. There's no revenue. Whatever you thought, you better make sure you can stay solvent until, you know, this game ends. Okay. And the game could go on for 2 more days. It can go on for 2 more weeks. It can go on for whatever it is. Here is yesterday's move. Okay. Hit a high of 37. It's above that now. Okay. So if you're mapping out levels, okay, this is your next spot, which is somewhere in the 47 area, you know, and then just remember, you know, back in the day, this thing, you know, I'm not saying it's going to go there, but, you know, this thing went as high as 120 if you want to then, you know, adjust for splits and stuff. So if you short too early and you can't stay the course, you could get put out of business. And if you chase it at a highs, you can get hurt. So but you better make sure, you know, you're prepared and you know what level's what. Okay, not start too early. So this would be 48-ish. So these are all levels along the way. So at this point, you know, there are a lot of things going on. Okay, I'm personally hearing, and I think that Rivian, okay, is going to be a really good play. Rivian had decent numbers. It came out when actually, basically, what was it called? You know, it just wasn't the right time for EVs. You know, they have more cash than people think. They have their deal with Amazon. Some are talking about a deal with Apple. There's options. So if you see options start lighting up in Rivian, okay, chances are this thing could have a nice move to 15-ish. And, it actually has a little bit more of a viable business than the other ones. But I'm just saying that Rivian is something that I'm in also besides AMC. I'm not in GME. I'm in AMC. I'm going to get rid of it. But I could see myself buying more Rivian through 11.20. I have options. And I could see that going to 15. And then on the speculative side, what some people are talking about is this WISA, okay, which is another one that, if you remember a little while ago, hold on, let's get it here. Let's keep going. Come on. It woke up, and before this started again, this thing was, all the way up at like what was it? It was something like, hold on, it was like 11, okay, and some little volume came in. So if you see big volume come in today, chances are I do think this one can get a little nutty. And if you adjust for all the splits, this thing was like 1,500. It's a 3 or 4. So just make sure, again, look what this was, 2020. This thing was 26,000. So I'm just saying, some of these things get a little nuts. Just make sure, again, you know what you can handle. Okay, so anyway, that's that. And if you remember, I did talk to you guys about space. Yesterday I said they didn't really go for it yet, but chances are this is something that could see like $1.50 or something. So this is the funny game, right? The funny game happens, and if you're playing the funny game, just make sure, again, once the music stops, you're not sitting there standing in place. So anyway, I got to go over that. And again, don't be laughing about it. Don't be just messing around. There's serious money that can be made in the meme game when the meme game's going, but you got to do it, with a process and a plan. Blink, I think, Blink's okay too. Got a big short interest. Some guys are going, talking about that too. Has a nice little chart here. I would think this thing can get to, maybe back to the 3 to 4.5 area. What's Blink doing this morning? Look at that, $47. Congratulations if you're in that one. I'm in AMC. Blink's only up a little bit. But either which way, again, when things are moving, you could play them. Okay, when things have huge volume, you could be there. AMC, again, gave you an awesome day one yesterday, gave you a way to buy it. Actually, early morning when GME pulled in a little bit, this got stronger, traded more volume. So that gave you some clues. You could be in it and with some authority. And now here you are at 879. So good stuff. Happens a few times a year. You got to be there when it's happening. Okay, as far as other things like the real names, they're going to be probably boring today. Apple, yes, I'm still in Apple. I have some options. Apple looks good. Apple gave you a big gap up. Okay, post earnings gave you 180.43 to trade against. I am long that. And I also bought some 190 calls for next week. We'll see if that continues. It doesn't seem like, it's a whole lot, but it's up 70 cents. If it gets above 187, it can go. So that's something on the real stock area that I'm in. We'll see what happens with, I know Google yesterday, I talked about, kind of come off lows. It was down 3 as Microsoft was up. So they trimmed Microsoft and they bought Google, and now watch for Google's event today. They did reverse it. So that was a play also. If you're not looking to play the meme game, this was also decent, to go after yesterday. I also have some options there to see if it can get any better. As far as NVIDIA, it's really been a pain, but I just, I kind of think it's just hanging here, waiting for the market to make one more leg. And if that's the case, maybe NVIDIA can get above 914 and 922. I'm not long NVIDIA. I'm in some options just in case, we get a soft PPI and a soft CPI and the market wants to make one more move to all-time highs. I do think that this area gets taken out. Doesn't sound sexy, like up 50% or this and that, but you have to also pay attention to the bigger names that's going on in the market. As far as the SPYs are concerned, 2 inside days. I talked yesterday. I said I wouldn't be surprised if yesterday's strength gets trimmed, and then all of a sudden, you go sideways, and then we'll see what happens with the PPI and CPI. If the PPI is light, you have 522.63 and then 524.60. Chances are you could probably take that out and take that out. If it's hot, 519 is probably not going to even be touched. You're going to see 517-ish and then 513-ish. Well, actually, what's this? This is 515-ish. So So know your levels going into the what's it called the PPI today. I personally wouldn't be when you get to this area of the market and you get some of these names doing what they're doing and going nuts, it's typically a sign that we're closer to a short-term top than not. So some are like, well, Red Dog, maybe the GME and AMC and all these things going is an indication that the PPI and CPI will be hot and we get a double top and then we come in. I'm like, I could see that happening, but I'm not playing for that. I'm hoping that those things are light and we can continue. But if not, you have to have multiple plans. You have to have some hedges. You have to a little bit of everything. Will Nvidia split? That's a good question. Nvidia, comes out with earnings. That's a next week, thought. So if you think that all of a sudden Nvidia is gonna, beat and raise and split, then you should be buying like a 975 by 1050 options for next week, which is May 22nd, which is next Wednesday. If you think we're going to have a pre-earnings run, then for this Friday, perhaps you could be buying the 925s, but that's if it's going to happen. Either which way, you got to pick and choose which side you want to be on it. Hopefully it's not over. As far as earnings, what's it called? Somebody said, so as of right now, ON is up 440. That's cool. It's at 35. I got to hand it to my the guys, what's it called? In the alpha team, they got me back in the options. So here's by the way, here's the alpha team. Okay, so it goes. So this is what I have on coming in today. Not a whole lot of everything. I do have Apple. Okay, I do have IMM, which is something that they'll be presenting. Save is obviously it's a poor noise stock. I bought it yesterday, thinking that maybe the memes go after that. Listen, I could buy and sell everything. Then WISA I just bought yesterday. I'd like to get bigger. There's the AMC. Rivian I have on. URA I have on. I have 190 Apple options, and I also have 32.5 ON calls I bought yesterday, so that's going to work well. Besides, just as a hedge for today, I have the 518 puts on just in case the PPI is hot. If it's not, then that'll be a 0, and then I have the 524 calls on for Wednesday. So a lot of little things to manage. That's what we do. We manage our process. We manage everything. I also have some Google calls just in case they, trade this better. Also so a little bit of, got a little bit of everything. Some longs, some shorts, some of the spec names. I put on AMC yesterday, okay, which wound up being great. Not after hours, yesterday. Anyway, so with that being said, we'll see what happens today. What else? Baba. Yeah, Baba's had a nice move. So basically Baba is coming out with numbers today. I don't know if it came out already, but it's been acting better. Nice gap up yesterday above 82. My thesis was that when they said that the China was uninvestable, that was when we were buying options on it. And that's when everyone who was buying it based on my 2024 report, that's something you should asset allocate to higher than everything else. Everyone, Red Dog, you said that you should be. I'm like, yes, I said for this year and next year, you put monthly flows into FXI and KWeb, you can outperform. And then obviously it did pretty well. What's Baba doing this morning? I wonder if it's out yet. Baba. It is down $1. Okay, so I guess I don't know if it's out yet, but if it is, see how it reacts, see if it could hold this 82 area. I actually bought a little Baidu calls, thinking that Baidu takes out this spot and has some room. Baidu, is supposed to be the AI of China, and we'll see how that goes. As of right now, it's it's got a nice tight range, so it's worthy of an option play. You look at the weekly chart of Baidu, and Baidu's done a whole lot of nothing. You'd think maybe you can get up to, this 125-ish area, but it's going to have to come out on Thursday, so we'll see. So anyway, at this point, again, don't get mesmerized by all of the. Oh, here's the weekly in the spies. We'll see how a little inside candle. Don't get mesmerized by all of the meme names, but also don't take it lightly. Okay, I know a guy yesterday that had over 400,000 shares of AMC, and he made $1 million yesterday, like that. First time he traded it, literally in what's it called, in months, and actually bought it because he said that he heard me talk about it and looked at GME and said, wow, look at the volume and he did a little bit better than I did in that. But anyway, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be everyone's chief strategic officer. Even with the alpha team, or my Redler note, everyone pays the same subscription. You could be a $5 billion fund, or you could be a $10 million prop account, or you could have $200,000 in trade from your basement. I don't discriminate. I give out the same information. It's up to you to play it the way you want to play it. You could have bought 2,000 shares and made money 1,000 or 400,000 or 500,000, and it's all scalable. Whether it's Apple, whether it's NVIDIA, or whether it's AMC. Anyway, Tilray. I guess Tilray is something that sometimes these guys go after, but at this point, it's pretty thick. It's a lot of shares out there. So what's Tilray doing this morning? Tilray is, I wouldn't get caught up in all these crappy names. It's 227. It's gonna have to get above this 250 to get to 285. I don't even know if there's a big short interest anymore, but I guess it's maybe, yeah. I'd watch for sweeps, or maybe just buy like $3.50 calls out a month if they come after it. All right, guys. 6:48. Listen, follow the volume, okay? Follow the sweeps, and don't get caught up. I posted my day count rule. Day one, usually you could buy day two, but if you have too big of a day one, day two is really your day four. So just know the size of the day one if you're looking to add day two. Usually I only add on the day two when you have a huge day one, okay? And then it's a little bit lower. You could add day two, and then it takes out day one's high and goes. But if you have day one and you get serious follow through for day two, make sure to trim and trail. So if I was in GME, which I'm not today, I'd make sure to trim some. If you're looking to short it, look for signals and just know what you can handle in AMC. I will definitely be selling some, and then we'll see how today goes. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just don't get over your skis, don't get overly excited, keep your emotions in check, but just know there's a lot of money out there right now. So make sure you're in the game to get it, and the only way you can do that is if you're prepared, if you're up early and you're working on your process. So with that said, again, AMC, just know also AMC did a lot of splits. So you want to just be shorting AMC, just look where it still is. It's down here. Okay. Yes. Would I be buying AMC today? I want to see the action. I'm probably going to be trimming it, but overall, based on all the splits, it could get a little funky. So just don't be shorting day two if there's no signal to be shorting it, because you might not be able to be solvent until finally, it does come in. And, I would say this is, your next real big zone. Okay. And this is your day one. So you're shorting it right here. Just know, hey, this might go a little bit more than you think. So just respect the action. Okay. This isn't going to end well, isn't a trading plan. It's a thought, and it might not end well for you if you're not planned out and you start things too early or you buy too late. Later, guys. I appreciate you.